Prepositions. Consider these sentences. It is a short film for children. Put the clothes in the closet. Paper is made from wood pulp. Keep a blanket over the patient. Please have lunch with us. In these sentences, the words for, in, from, over and with show the relation between the nouns children, closet, wood pulp, patient and the pronoun us with the words, short film, clothes, paper, blanket and lunch. The colored words in these sentences are called prepositions. Definition. A preposition is a word placed before a noun or pronoun to show the relation in which the person or thing denoted by the noun stands to something else. Kinds of prepositions. Prepositions may be arranged in the following classes. Simple prepositions. Look at some examples of simple prepositions. At, there is somebody at the door. By, we will go by train. Of, this table is made of wood. For, this cup of coffee is for you. In, there is a huge crowd in the shop. Off, take off your shoes. On, there is a notice on the door. Out of, he took the pencil out of the bag. Till, I will wait for you at the cafe till 5 o'clock. 2. Yesterday we went to the cinema. Up, she got exhausted as she climbed up the stairs. With, wash these fruits with clean water. Through, Tom walked through the forest to reach the hidden waterfall. Double prepositions. When a single preposition is not sufficient to express the sense, two simple prepositions are combined to express the sense completely. Look at some examples. She selected the best apples from among the basket full of fruit. The sound of laughter came from within the old house. The child ran out from behind the tree to join his friends. The rabbit hopped out of its burrow and into the meadow. The bench was set over against the fence, providing a nice spot to rest. Compound prepositions. Compound prepositions are usually formed by prefixing a preposition with a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. Look at the following examples. About. She talked to me about her upcoming trip to Europe. Across. We walked across the field to the temple on the other side. Against. The football team played against their biggest rivals last night. Before. I always like to have my dinner before 7 o'clock in the evening. Besides his regular job, he also volunteers at the local shelter on weekends. Into. She walked into the room and noticed the window was open. Until. She waited at the bus stop until the rain stopped. Within the hour, he completed the entire project. Quick tip. Across equals on plus cross. Amidst equals on plus middle. Behind equals by plus hind. About equals on plus by plus out. Above equals on plus by plus up. Before equals by plus for. Beneath equals by plus neath. Between equals by plus twain. Beyond equals by plus yonder. But equals by plus out, except. Participial prepositions. Participial prepositions are often used to connect phrases or clauses, providing more context or explanation within a sentence. Look at the following examples. Concerning. He wrote a letter concerning the recent changes in company policy. Considering the weather forecast, they decided to postpone the picnic until next weekend. During the summer, I like to spend my evenings at the beach. Regarding your question about the meeting time, it will be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Notwithstanding, She continued with her plans, notwithstanding the rainy weather forecast. Pending. The decision on the new project is pending approval from the management team. Respecting. He made decisions with caution, always respecting the opinions of his colleagues. Phrasal prepositions. Phrasal prepositions are groups of words used with the force of a single preposition. Look at the following examples. According to. According to the weather forecast, it will rain tomorrow afternoon. Along with. He went to the park along with his friends to play soccer. Because of. Because of the heavy traffic, I arrived late to the meeting. By means of. He opened the door by means of a special key. By reason of. By reason of his exceptional skills, he was promoted to a higher position within the company. By virtue of. By virtue of her hard work and dedication, she earned the highest score in the class. In addition to. In addition to her regular duties, she volunteered to help organize the charity event. On behalf of. In behalf of the entire team, I would like to express our gratitude for your support. In comparison to. In comparison to last year, this year's sales have significantly increased. In compliance with. The company operates in compliance with all relevant regulations and laws. In course of. In the course of the investigation, new evidence came to light. In front of. She stood in front of the mirror, admiring her reflection. In regard to. In regard to your inquiry about the upcoming event, I will provide you with all the necessary information. In spite of. In spite of the heavy rain, they decide to go ahead with the outdoor picnic. Instead of. She chose to have tea instead of coffee with her breakfast. In the event of. In the event of heavy snowfall, the school will be closed for the day. On account of. On account of his excellent performance, he was awarded Employee of the Month. Owing to. Owing to his dedication and hard work, he was promoted to a higher position within the company. By way of. By way of introduction, let me tell you a bit about myself. In lieu of. He offered to work extra hours in lieu of taking a day off. With reference to. With reference to the recent discussion about budget allocation, I would like to propose a few adjustments. For sake of clarity, let's review the main points of the presentation. In order to. He studied hard in order to pass the exam with flying colors. With regard to. With regard to your request for additional vacation days, we will need to discuss it further with the HR department. Relations expressed by prepositions. Prepositions indicate the following most common relations. 1. Place. 2. Time. 3. Agency or instrumentality. 4. Manner. 5. Possession. Place. Look at the following examples. He walked across the lawn. She leaned against a wall. We took shelter under a banyan tree. He sat beside me. They arrived late at the airport. Put it down on the table. Files are in that drawer. The children jumped into the pool. The ship is sailing on the ocean. The children are playing behind the school. The book is by the lamp on the table. The helicopter is hovering above the building. The helicopter is hovering over the city. The roots of the tree are under the ground. Just below the paragraph, there are some questions. The restaurant is located beside the movie theater. Time. We left at 2 o'clock. He came on Sunday. I prefer orange juice in the morning. Can you prepare this presentation by 6 o'clock? He arrived before me. She's leaving the school after 20 years as the headmistress. I will send you the details of the incident within a week. Please see me by Saturday next. We always have a family dinner on Christmas Day. The movie premiere is on the 25th of November. The train will not stop here from next week. Lisa has been learning English since November last. You may rest here for a few days. Other prepositions showing time. Look at these examples to understand some other prepositions. At 8 o'clock, it is exact 8 o'clock. Could you please remind Jack to call me at 8 o'clock? 2. About 8 o'clock, it can be little before or after 8 o'clock. They will arrive here about 8 o'clock. 3. Before 8 o'clock, exact 8 o'clock is not included. Please call me before 8 o'clock. 4. After 8 o'clock. I won't go out after 8 o'clock. Exact 8 o'clock is included. Until 8 o'clock, not before 8. I won't leave the office until 8 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, any point before or at 8. Will you be home by 8 o'clock? 7. From 8 o'clock. The movie will go on from 8 to 10 o'clock. Agency or instrumentality. Look at the following examples. I sent the parcel by courier. Cut the tomatoes in half with a knife. I heard this news through a colleague. The factory was destroyed by fire. We sold the surplus goods at an auction. Manner. Look at the following examples. The sailors faced the storm with courage. Our team won with ease. Possession. Look at the following examples. She carried no weapon on her person. I met the girl with red hair. He is a man of means. Keep in mind, no preposition is used with the words outside, inside, downstairs, upstairs, home, uptown. Position of the preposition. A preposition is generally placed before the noun or pronoun it governs, as she died of tuberculosis. Tian went up the stairs. Brazil is famous for the statue of Christ the Redeemer. I'm tired of writing letters to him. 2. A preposition is placed at the end of a sentence. There are some exceptions. If a preposition governs a relative pronoun, as here is the watch which you were looking for. This is the man whom I spoke to. 2. When the relative pronoun is that, as here is the toy that you wanted to play with. The child tore the paper that I was writing on. 3. When a relative pronoun is understood, as that is the poet I was speaking about, whom understood. That is the office David works in, which understood. 4. If a preposition governs an interrogative pronoun or adverb, as what are you staring at? Interrogative pronoun. Where are you shifting to? Interrogative adverb. The following is the position of a preposition in regard to who and whom. With whom were you playing? Who were you playing with? When the preposition is used with the infinitive placed at the end, as the shovel is to dig with. Do you have a house to live in? I have no notebook to write in. The following prepositions require special notice. In, at, we use in when we are talking about a place as an area. We use at when we see it as a point. For example, we stayed in Shimla for 3 days. We stopped at Shimla on the way to Manali. 2. We use in with the name of streets and at with the house number. In Church Road. At 45, Church Road. Beside, besides. Beside means at/ by the side of, while besides means in addition to. For example, we sat beside the fountain. Besides India, there are 6 more countries in the subcontinent. By, with. With often denotes the instrument, and by the agent. For example, he was killed by a robber with a knife. Between, among. Between is usually used with 2 persons or things, among with more than 2. For example, divide this cupcake between these 2 boys. The gangsters quarreled among themselves. In, into. In is used in speaking of things at rest, into is used when things are in motion. For example, he is lying in bed. She walked into the police station. In, within. In means at the end of, a period of time, within means before the end of. For example, I shall return in a few days. I shall return within a month. Since, for. Since is used to suggest the point of time at which an action started, for is used to suggest the period of time for which an action has been going on. For example, Mr. Matthew has been talking to the party members since 11 a.m. Mr. Matthew has been talking to the party members for 2 hours.